Hello friends, welcome to Carla's Kitchen. Today we are doing mason jar salads. So what you will need is, while the salad jar filler is not the mason jar filler is not required, I do highly recommend getting these. They're pretty inexpensive. Can be found online. The plastic ones will do just fine because we're not putting anything hot into the mason jars. You will also need quart-sized mason jars with both lid pieces. And then just make the salad with whatever ingredients you like. It's the way that you layer the ingredients into the mason jar that's most important. So I've laid things out here. If we start left to right, row 1, 2, and then 3, your jar will come out great. The thing I do differently than most of the recipes you'll see online is I do not add the salad dressing to my jar. I have tried that, but a couple of problems. It puts more moisture in the jar than you want if you want to keep these in the fridge. Making ahead on a Sunday for, nice work time lunches, something that'll keep you satiated until dinner time. You can make 3. If you want to push it to 4, then having the extra liquid in the bottom I find is problematic. Also, when you go to dump your jar into a bowl to eat it, a lot of the dressing will stay stuck to the inside of the mason jar, and then so you end up with less dressing in your bowl than maybe what you wanted. So there are a couple of things that I do keep off to the side. Normally I always put dressing or squeezed lemon or squeezed lime rather onto my salads. I will keep that separate and take with me in a smaller container or even a baggie if you have, if you're just doing fresh squeezed lime. The other thing I don't show here that I normally enjoy in my salads is avocado. It just doesn't keep as well in the jar, so that would be a day of addition. As well as if any crunchy toppings that you enjoy, like croutons or Parmesan crisps or anything like that, I would keep those separate from the jar and then just add to the bowl when you're ready to enjoy your salad. Okay, enough intro. I'm going to slide things a bit so you can see me filling the jar here on camera. Okay, front and center here I've got my jar, quart-sized mason jar with the filling apparatus, and I'm going to start with the wet ingredients. So that would be cucumbers, tomatoes, anything that's not really going to worry about having a little bit of moisture. And put as much or as little as you like in your salad. It is a little deceptive the first time you make this, I will say. When you're looking at the jar, avoid the temptation to overfill the jar or cramp, push the salad in, the lettuce in, because it looks like it's not enough. You will end up with a gigantic salad and overflow your bowl, most likely. So I've got tomatoes and cucumbers. Next I'm going in, I've got some carrot shreds here, and however you like to enjoy your carrots. If you prefer them in crunchier bite size, go for it. I just like the shred because it's easier on the teeth and it sticks to everything as you go down. I also enjoy pretty large sized diced red onion, so I'm going to put that in next. The onion doesn't mind the moisture for a couple of days while it's in here. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of bell pepper as well. Again, just diced to, bite-sized pieces. Whatever it is that you like is what you're going to go in with. Next, if you do prefer, we're going to go row 2 here, which is the protein section. Again, your taste, what you like. If you're into eating meat, you can go bacon bits like I've got here. If you have maybe some leftover rotisserie chicken or otherwise cooked chicken that you want to add, that's a great time to add that. Even cut up pepperoni's nice in there. Any type of a lunch meat, what have you. If you do not eat meat, I would suggest going in with some chickpeas. What I've got here is these are canned. They were drained and well rinsed, dried, and I did give them a light roasting and seasoning in the oven. You can go just drained and rinsed if you prefer, or if you want a little extra flavor, of course you can always roast them in the oven. Now, I don't roast until they're completely crunchy. I just want them softened and with the flavor included. Next, I've got a little bit of Nature's Candy here. So if you like dried fruits with yours, pitted diced dates, figs, or some cranberries and some walnuts. Whatever it is that you like, again, put into the salad for yourself. You're going to be enjoying it, so make it an enjoyable experience with ingredients that you want to eat. I'm going to go in with a little bit of shredded cheese. I've got a mix here of cheddar and jack cheese. And again, for another shot of protein, if you eat egg, hard-boiled egg. Cut up to be bite size. I'm just going to pause for a moment and show you about how full. We're about at half with the toppings outside of the lettuce. Try not to disturb the layers too much so you can see. About halfway with the additional toppings before I go in with the lettuce. And then the last item you want to put on top is going to be whatever lettuce, greens. I've got a spring mix here with some spinach as well. Whatever it is that you like. I prefer to chop mine into bite-sized pieces as well. And it does need a little coaxing to get through the filler, but it's still so much easier to use this than trying to do it all by hand just into the jar. Perhaps wide mouth jars would be more helpful. That's not the kind that I have. So you can give a little firm pressure as you're pushing it through, but you don't want to put this down. You don't want to cram the lettuce in there. You will end up with a lot more lettuce than what you think you have at this stage. So you can go a little bit more if you want, or you can stop here and say that's plenty. That's going to make a nice salad for me for lunch. And then again, you know, any croutons or dressing, I would just add after dumping it into the bowl. The last step to this process is simply to put your lids, drop your lids on the table. The last step to this process is simply to put your lids on, screw it on, and stick it in the fridge. This should keep fresh in the fridge, definitely for 3 days. Depending on how much moist ingredients you add, you can push it to a 4th day. Usually I find by day 5 it's getting a little soggy, so it's a great make ahead for a Sunday, and then you've got salads for all week to, or at least half the week to enjoy for all the effort you've done for cutting everything up, and you only have to do that one time to enjoy a nice healthy lunch. And again, it'll keep you satiated through, and you'll make it to dinner time without getting hangry. I do hope you give it a try and enjoy. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye-bye.